Greetings, y'all. It's your girl, Lady Nod, and you're sitting down with the 8 count. If this is your first time tuning in, hey, do me a favor, like and share this video. And then when you're done with that, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, y'all, I got some lovers in the building, okay? The 8 count has our first couple as guests. I want y'all to give it up from y'all couch, from y'all seat, from y'all kitchen, wherever y'all at tuning in, for Brittney and Kendall, aka and formerly known as Mr. and Mrs. Gilbert. Hi, y'all.
Hey, how are you?
Happy Sunday, you guys.
Happy Sunday.
And it's a really, really nice day.
Oh my God,
Was the drive cool coming over?
Great.
Like, people is outside. It's music playing.
Bumping.
And we in y'all city, first of all. This is y'all residing city. So
Yes.
not too far to come over to the studio. Not too crazy.
At all. Nope. Not
Love
at
that.
all.
Love
Hop,
that.
skipping a jump, honestly.
I know, right?
Literally.
And mind you, we are really close to the studio too, like the actual
Yeah.
CR studio. Yes. Love that about
are.
Philly.
Yeah.
Everything is around the corner.
Super close.
But yeah, so before we dive into all the questions I got for y'all, I gotta start off for the people that don't know, where are y'all from? You feel me? And how did that shape you guys as dancers?
Okay. You want to go first?
Nah, you go first.
You go first. Hey, everybody. Hey, Nod.
Hey,
I'm so happy that we can actually get here
I know.
Only if y'all knew the backstory of us getting here.
T.
But we're here now, so it's great.
Yes.
So I'm from New York.
Yes.
Clearly. I did not wear this on purpose, actually. Like,
It kind of just went with the fit.
So yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. That's where I'm from. I started dancing around like the age of 13.
Okay.
I trained at a school called the Harlem School of the Arts. That's kind of where I got my first rodeo of like the real dance life.
Yeah.
Technique classes. Like my whole family, like they love music. They love the arts. Like everybody in my family is they're not musically inclined. Like they like played instruments, but they love music. They like my grandfather used to have like records and like the old record players.
yeah.
So like I would grow up like, picking out all the records for him.
He got the jams.
Every weekend he would have like his jam sessions for hours, and I would just go down there and like listen to the oldies with him.
Oh, yes.
And then, growing up, watching music videos, movies and things like that. Like I was very much an artsy person who loved all that stuff. So I would be in the living room learning it for myself. And at that time I told my mom, like, I really want to dance.
Yeah.
And I walked past a dance class when I was going to the Harlem School of Arts in the summer program, but it wasn't for dance, it was just for arts, because I used to like be in photography. I used to always just be in the arts.
I love
all
that.
the time. But then I saw that they were taking a ballet class, and I was just like mesmerized. I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And that's where I started my journey at 13. So I'm kind of like a late bloomer when it comes to dance in that sense, in like the classical world. So that's where I started at the Harlem School of Arts, and I went there for a couple years, and they helped me get into high school. And I ended up going to a performing arts high school. I went to Talent Unlimited High School in Manhattan.
Shout it out, y'all.
You know what I mean? Y'all are my old stomping ground. That's where I was. And I did like Alvin Ailey Junior Division program. Shortly after, like I did Dance Wave when I was there as well. Like, just dancing all around Brooklyn and like, just kind of like training my way. But those were my stomping grounds. HSA. Shout out to HSA, Harlem School of Arts, 145th to St. Nick.
Come on.
Yes, and I'll go right down the corner to get that fish sandwich on my break. But yeah, that's my stomping ground. I'm from Brooklyn, like I said, but all of my training has been in the city.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Well, she got a resume, don't she?
A list.
She got a resume.
Come on now.
Well, hello again. Well,
hey.
I'm from Jersey. I'm from
Big Jersey.
Big Jersey, the biggest, you feel me?
The biggest. Hello,
the biggest.
The
best state.
Thank
the
you.
A state, the great state. The Garden
I co-signed
State.
it. Real biased.
Yeah, real biased.
Well,
so I grew up in Somerset, New Jersey. Went to Franklin High School, but really
T. Franklin, come on now.
You know the history. Yeah, come on, we know the history.
You know that too?
I'm from Jersey, so I just know about. Yeah.
Okay.
But I originally started dancing in the church, so I joined. Not really praise dancing. I wanted to dance, but my mom didn't want me to praise dance.
Got you.
All girls. I started miming, so I started a mime.
I love miming.
Ministry at my church.
Yes, yes.
I had always been dancing. I've been dancing from like kid. All my church family tells a story when I was 1 year old.
Yeah.
When I was blowing on my candle, I was like this right before, like when he was singing happy birthday to me, I'm dancing. in my mom's arms. But yeah, I started out miming, and then where I grew up in Jersey, it's very suburban. We had a lot of resources, so our public school system had a dance program.
Okay.
So I started out in middle school. Obviously, was doing Jersey Club,
big Jersey
growing
club.
up, but I started actually training mainly in modern and club.
Okay. Yeah.
In high school, in middle school and high school, Mr. Ramos, Miss Silk, Miss Vera.
Come on, shout out to the teachers.
Okay.
Come on.
Miss Dugan, all these teachers that really molded me.
Yeah.
And it's through high school that I realized I love doing this.
I love that.
I didn't really get into a standard hip hop class outside of like watching from YouTube until college.
Okay.
Until my sophomore year in college.
And you know, it's funny that you actually say college because I came across your dance team when you were in college because my best friend was your SGA president or something like that.
Yes.
But yes, so it's a small world. Shout out to Io. You guys know her as Toyin, but shout out. Yeah, we went to high school together. And she ends up going to Lincoln. I went to visit her for Spring Fling. And I'm like, okay, yeah, y'all dance.
When she was SGA president, I was Mr. Lincoln.
Yes. So I was like, I really loved Lincoln's dance team. I loved the way that they incorporated both genders. My college, it was like majority girls. It was like pulling hair to get a male dancer to join. You know what I'm saying? So like, I always loved when I visited her and seeing y'all throw down because y'all delivered.
We did. Shout out to Onyx Dance.
Yeah.
You know me?
Yeah. Lincoln delivered.
Period.
And then Brittney, you too. I feel like the way I met you also is interesting because it was so long ago. I don't even know if you remember, but you were booked to do choreography for a Jersey artist named Judea. And you linked us in an Edge. I believe it was in Cherry Hill. And you linked, it was me and I believe the other dancer was Sophia. And you taught, it was just us two and Judea. And you taught us, I'll never forget because the blonde shortcut, like, come on now. It's your staple look. I remember Judea was like, hey, y'all, like, I'm going to have the choreographer come and teach y'all the step that we're doing for the show. You come in, you teach us the 1-2, and we were doing that choreo like every time she performed that song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I danced with her for a little bit, a long little bit. So it's like when I then started training in Philly and then came across you again when you would like come in and pour into Bad Girls and Heels, I'm like, I think that's the same girl. Like, yo, small world.
Right.
Small world.
It is a small world.
It's just crazy. So it's just a pleasure.
I remember us in a studio in Jersey. I don't know if it was like a fitness studio.
Yeah, that was the one. Yes.
Okay. Yes. I'm like,
that's the one.
Okay. I'm really trying to like reel it back. Like,
it was, it was a throwback.
Yeah,
too.
That's
it
a
was
throwback.
Like,
wow.
I want to say maybe 2018, 20. Yeah. It was a throwback, and that was even before I got to formally like actually meet you. You know what I'm saying? So small world.
Ooh,
like,
that's a good nugget.
The dance community, we always find a way to
very small.
Yes, very small. Very small. So I can't let y'all sit here and not ask the obvious question that everybody probably wants to know too. How did y'all meet? Before we hop into the dance, how did y'all meet? Like, you feel me? And y'all don't got to give us everything, but just a little something. Was it dance related? Was it on some just casual? Like, did y'all even know y'all were both into dance? Like, let's unpack.
It was definitely dance related.
Okay.
Definitely.
We actually met in, I believe it was November. It was a Clutch Fest. It was Clutch Fest 2017. Clutch Fest 2017.
Okay.
That is correct.
She was performing with our friend Leek.
Okay.
Leek,
I was doing Just Piece.
She was with Just.
Oh, okay.
Just. Leek was also in that piece too.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But Leek had his own piece with Liz. I remember that. Yeah. She was performing with Just, and at this time, I wasn't in the piece. I was just performing. I had my own piece in the show.
Okay.
I was with Clutch, Kenny Clutch, Clutch Collective. I was a part of that, so I was performing with them throughout the show.
And Creative Reaction.
Okay, T.
At the time, it was three of us. It was 3 guys.
Okay.
Me, Akia, and Gory.
Got you.
So what happened was I always say hi to everybody like coming in. So in their dressing room, I knew Just, I knew Akia, I knew everybody, a lot of people that was performing. I didn't know her. She had red hair at the time. I just said hello.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, hello, how you doing? Saying hi to people because I think it's rude to just like walk in and walking by people. And they
like,
just,
come on.
You know
you
what
was
I'm saying?
raised right.
Yeah, so my tech rehearsal for my piece, I was the last tech.
Okay.
So everybody was walking into the auditorium when I was doing my tech.
Okay.
So everybody basically saw my tech.
Okay.
My run.
They saw what you
and
was
she
working
had said,
with.
"Oh, your piece is really nice."
It was
cool. I'm thinking nothing. I'm like, "Thank you." You know, I'm not worried about it.
Right.
The next week, mind you, she's not a creative reaction.
Okay.
We had our set of girls. We're in rehearsal, and this new girl comes in with a AI jersey on, number 3, and hair. Mind you, I told you her hair was red.
Red at the time.
This was Clutch Fest was on a Saturday. On Wednesday, some girl had a half up, half like to the side, black curly hair, and I'm like, "Oh, who's this girl?" And she's like, "We met at Clutch Fest." Huh?
You're the same one?
I'm like,
confusion is taking me.
I'm looking at her like, "You sure?"
Hey,
She's like, "Yeah, we met at Clutch Fest. I liked your piece." I was like, "Oh, that's how we like."
It is you.
So basically, she joined the team from then. I don't know how she got on the team. I think the key was just like, "Just come to rehearsal." Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She came. She stayed on the team, and we just built a friendship throughout that. Like a friendship. We was mad cool, and that's really how we met.
Yeah. That's fire. I love that it's dance related too. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because some people end up doing dance together later on because they already hit it off and they both had an affinity for it. But for it to already be in that space and y'all already know that was something y'all already have in common. Yes. Yeah, that's fire. Yeah. That's real genuine.
But now he's forgetting the part where he plotted on me.
No, but don't let her tell it because she's going to say.
No, you plotted on me.
She's going to say.
So we're leaving out details.
He's leaving out. That's how
I didn't leave out details.
That's exactly how we met.
I answered your question correctly. How we met. How we got together. Now
that's a different subcategory.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what the plot
is. But don't let her lie and say she was into me. She was not into me. She wasn't feeling me at all.
Really?
She just thought I was cool. She wasn't feeling me. She's going to tell you, "Oh yeah, I thought he was." Nah, she doesn't think of that. So how it started, we were performing at ECDC. I think it was in January.
Okay.
December. That competition was in December.
It was late December.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Y'all, this is what married people do.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was in December.
I'm sure you know.
And we all needed to have Chuck Taylors.
Okay.
You know?
Converses.
I worked. That's what they call.
But you can say Converses.
I worked in the mall at the time. I worked at Abercrombie & Fitch. I was a manager at KOP.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a mall discount in every store, like Spencer's and all that stuff that sell it. Besides like Nike and Foot Locker, and I'm like, I could get you the Chuck. She was saying like, "Oh, I haven't gotten back." So I was like, "Hey, I could help." So I texted her. I said, "Hey, I can help. Like, I got it. I got a discount. I'll get it." So I got the Chuck Taylors.
Converses.
The Converses. We know what they are. Real people know. Real people know. That's what they call it, right? The Converse. I got her the Converses, right? Gave it to her. She's like, "How much are you?" I'm like, "No, it's no problem, right?"
Yeah.
Cool. That's the first little,
That's, okay.
You got to set up the play.
That was a layup. That was okay.
Set the ISO, right?
Yeah.
So then, like, I think a month and a half later, you got to take your time, right?
Yeah, not too crazy.
But you're missing the point, right? This is where you leave out the details. He's missing the point where he was like, "I'll get you the sneakers. Like, just tell me what your size is, whatever the case may be." Cool, right?
Yeah.
The next rehearsal, he brings the sneakers. So I'm like, "How much were they?"
Okay.
And he's like, "Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "Well, what you mean don't worry about it? I never asked you to buy them for me." You know what I mean? Like, we don't really know each other. Like, we are on the same team and we're like rehearsing together, but it's not like, we're not locked in.
Right,
like, we just know each other on the same team. So I'm like, how much are they? Because I don't want things to get like, confusing or whatever the case. You know how it goes.
Yes.
So he's like, "No, don't worry about it," and just like kind of brushes it off like, "You good, like, don't worry about it."
Right.
But in that time, I actually wasn't really checking for her at that time.
Okay.
Like, I was really like,
you were really just raised right. Like, you were really just
especially in December, I was in a relationship. I wasn't worried for
So then you would have bought every girl on the team sneakers?
I would have bought anybody sneakers. You were the only person who didn't have sneakers.
Nope. Never mind, rest my case.
You were the only person who didn't have sneakers. But when then in 2018, I became single. And I was like, I do think she looked good.
Right.
She was a fun time.
Right.
This is where she says, I finessed her. I didn't.
A little bit.
I texted her because I was going to ask her in person.
Okay.
We had a rehearsal on a Saturday. She did not show up. I was like, dang. I'm like, all right.
I wanted to see her.
All right, I was gonna ask, like, just go on a date. Like, I'm dating now, so let me ask people on a date.
Yeah.
So she didn't show up. So I'm like, dang. Cause I had like a plan of how fast I want. So I was like, I texted her randomly. Mind you, we hadn't texted each other since the Converse.
Gotcha.
It wasn't like we were just having a conversation. It was after I said, don't worry about it, that our conversation ended.
Got you.
We just like, we wasn't texting or nothing like that. We would just see each other in rehearsal.
Yeah.
And she would always play a joke because at the time, what we still did, me and my bro Amir, we had a handshake. So her and Deza would always make fun of, oh, y'all long behind handshake. Where you going? So they would always make fun of us, right? Whatever. And they were always like, oh, I mess up our handshake. So like we would always like joke around. So I hit her. I'm like, I was like, you didn't come to rehearsal. She was like, what are you doing checking on me? She didn't say that in text, but I could tell. She was like,
that was the tone. Yeah.
It was
on my body.
Like, why you want to wear, man? I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'll be here next week.
Yeah.
So, long story short, I get it. I said, hey, like, what time are you free this week? She said, I'm free Thursday. I'm like, okay. Around what time? She's like, oh, I'm free after 7. I said, okay, like, is like 8 o'clock good? She's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I want to take you on a date. Like, would you like to go Thursdays, 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
She was like, all I saw was ... Like, I'm sitting there like,
waiting for it to come through. Like, girl,
did the play work?
Yeah.
It did work.
It did work. Come on now.
And she's in her mind, she's like, I couldn't say no because like, I already told you I was available.
You already set it up. You said you was free.
Right.
What, you gonna make up a lie now?
Right.
You saw the play. You saw the ISO, right?
I was already
you
there.
Gotta set up you gotta set up the defense. When
exactly.
I set her up with the 1-2. I knew where she was going. And then I had to finish the play.
So let me ask you this now. Now that we're all the way here, 2026, does it feel different, like now that you're like married compared to like when you were boyfriend and girlfriend and you guys were in the studio doing performances or projects? Like, does it feel different now that you guys are married and booking the jobs that you guys are booking? Like, how does that shift kind of feel like now? Or does it feel,
I feel like
very familiar?
Yes and no.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's a kind of tough question because like our relationship doesn't feel different.
Yeah.
Like our relationship still very much, as you see, like we're always playing around.
Yes.
We're always very like unserious, always from a place of just like, we're like two little kids still, like, but just in this very much adult seasoned relationship.
Yes.
So I don't think that part has changed at all.
Okay.
It kind of still feels in a way like we're still boyfriend and girlfriend because it's just like, we really like approach life like just two young kids, just like, and we actually like each other too.
Exactly.
So it's just like kind of hard for the relationship to change when you guys still like each other as people.
Still besties.
The only thing I would say that is a little bit different is just like, booking the jobs and those processes because like, yes, we have two very different careers and like career tracks and what we want to do and where we want to go.
Yeah.
But like it's still so similar in ways, like as far as how much we want to do in the industry.
Yeah.
So I feel like it could get tricky in that aspect of like, like we may have seasons where one is like hitting and the other one, might not, might be on a rest period or might be on an off season or like things just might not be aligning just of yet.
Yeah.
And it might flip flop. Or when the other one is up, like the other one might be taking a break or things like that. So that can get a little bit tricky.
Okay.
The traveling can get a little bit hard when you're spending a lot of time away from each other, still trying to like still have that connection, still have that safe space, still be able to support each other.
Exactly.
When let's say your career might be on the low or like you might be on a rest period or you might be on a season where it's like there's not a lot happening for you in the industry moment at this moment.
Yeah.
But then your partner is like living their best life.
Right.
And still being that support system, still, being that backbone for them and still also carrying very much a healthy relationship boundary where it's like we could still talk, we could still like catch up, things like that might be different, especially when you're in different time zones, you're juggling, like, oh, I can only talk to you for 5 minutes, or like I've been in rehearsal all day, I have like maybe 10 minutes and then I'm tired. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like understanding those boundaries can get a little bit tricky, especially, when you're in a marriage and like that's what you created. And then we created our relationship with dance at the core.
Exactly.
So it's kind of hard in that aspect, but the relationship still stays relatively the same.
Okay.
It's just like all the parameters around it that can make things difficult.
Got you.
But it's like we try our best to, like still keep things fun and be very understanding because we know how it is. Like the thing that works is that we are both dancers. So like I get it when you have an 8-hour rehearsal. Literally. And it's like I'm waiting for your rehearsal to be done so we could talk. But then it's just like, oh yeah, babe, I'm kind of tired. I want, like I understand like, okay, well thanks for calling. And like, like I'll check in with you tomorrow. Like when you have a break, just let me know that you're okay. Or like, or when you're traveling, it's like, this is a 10-hour gap.
Yeah.
Or a time difference, and it's like, hey, it's 3:00 in the morning for me, and it might be midday for you. Like that's something that we went through, and it's like sometimes I'm like, all right, I know it's late, but let me stay up just for like maybe an extra hour, just so that we can have that conversation, just so I can like touch base, like that's like,
and that literally touches on the next question I was gonna ask you guys, like as sign dancers. The balance, the balance between your marriage when it's the Gilberts compared to when you guys are being, used as your signed agency, as signed dancers on your jobs. Like, I can only imagine how you guys maneuver that balance. Like, is there anything in specific that you guys do that helps you guys? Like, that you can say, like, off the top of your head, like, we do this one thing, whether it be a check-in, whether it be or a video, or I don't know. Is there anything that you guys do that helps with that balance?
It's more like, the one thing I will say is patience.
Okay.
And then a lot of times it is the patience of, if you're not, for example, if there was a time where she was overseas for a month.
Yeah.
I was on tour the months prior.
Yeah.
Then I get back home, she leaves out.
Right. Yeah. Y'all wasn't even in the crib together at the same time.
And we're not even in the crib. And then when she gets back from overseas, I go overseas. And what she said with that time difference is, you just got to know, like, okay, like that patience and support, we know, like, hey, if she could talk to me, she would.
Right.
If she's not calling me, it's not because she's doing something bad. It's because she's working. She's living her dreams, right?
Yeah.
So as a part as a husband, as a part as a partner, right? We both do it where it's like, I don't have to talk to you every day if I know that, hey, you have 2 shows back to back and you're 10 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
So by the time you get off a show, it's 1 a.m. for you, and it's only like 2 p.m. for me, 3 p.m. for me, right? That's not fair to be like, oh, I need to talk to you all day.
To put that on her.
You know what I'm saying?
It's even a strong mental. You gotta have a strong mental. Is what I'm hearing.
Very much so. Because
strong trust and a strong mental.
Because even when she's like, when we both had it, when we've both been on tours.
Yes.
And when you're away from tour, you kind of, if you're home, you kind of don't want to stress your partner out when on tour, because one, you assume you want them to have a good time.
Exactly.
And you don't want them to stress about something they can't
control.
fix and they can't control in the moment.
Exactly.
So like, if she's in Colorado and something's going on here, like me complaining to her about, like work is all that stuff, when she's in Denver, it's like, she can console me, yes. Yeah. She could be there, but it's not really much. I can't put that much weight on her and expecting her to make things better.
Exactly.
When that's not fair to her.
Yeah.
And then some of the stuff, that's some of the balance that you have to find, that patience. Like sometimes if you're away, you might have to deal with it internally first before burdening your partner. You get what I'm saying? Like, because obviously if I tell her or she tells me something's wrong, our immediate reaction on the other side is to be like, what's wrong? Yeah, what's going on? And we're going to change all our attention from what we're doing to make sure, okay, which is what we do. But we're also on the other side, and we're like, we don't want to burden them.
Yeah, because dance is such a physical thing. Like, and a lot of people don't understand that with our sport, like when this is off, your body, and that is our job. Like our body is the job. It's how we produce the job. So it's like, if my mental is thrown off, not to say I'm mad at you for throwing it off, but because I love you, it's thrown off, and I might not be retaining something, or I might not be on my swivel the way I'm supposed to be, because I know it's probably very fast paced. You got to pick up on cues, and it's like if you got something in the back of your mind, you might be spacing out when you're supposed to be paying attention. So I can only imagine, but that patience, balance, and having a strong mental, a strong foundation and trust, I can see definitely helps the two.
I wanted to add to your first question. I wanted to answer your first question about what are some of the differences.
Yes,
I will say one of the other differences is the respect we get behind our name, right?
Okay.
When you're like boyfriend or girlfriend or your fiance and there's no like name change, people are still like, oh, that's cute. Okay, y'all together. But we both have that Gilbert behind us, right?
Okay.
So people know us as the Gilberts.
The Gilberts
So
now.
there's people I meet that know of me because, oh, you're her husband.
See.
Okay, cool. I'm cool with her. I trust you because I don't think she would marry somebody. That commitment.
That's out here doing anything.
Because when you're just boyfriend and girlfriend, they'll be like, okay, yeah, cool. But some people look at it, and I'm talking about like older people, older generation. They're like, y'all not really committed. Anything could change. But when they see that name change, it's like,
that to be so. Like people, the older generation, they're like, you're single until you're married. Yeah. Like that's just what they were raised with. That's how. Yeah. You feel me? The Bible talks about it, so I can understand that for sure. And it's like
so there's a amount of respect that they give. With our names, where it's like they book us on a job. They're like, oh, we're booking the Gilberts, or they consider us for certain things because they are together, or they'll look at, oh, I want somebody. Okay, I know Brittney? Oh, that's her husband. Oh, I know, I can trust him. I've heard about him from her. I've heard about her from him. Yeah. So let me see them. People you don't even know may know you just based off the relationship of one to the other.
Right,
you know
just based off the union. And it seems like sometimes the union actually helps you guys in certain rooms. So it's like, they say when a man finds a good thing, okay, just telling y'all need to stop sleeping on marriage.
Find you a rib.
Find you a rib. Come on now.
Y'all, it's too much nonsense going on.
Yes.
About how people are, distracted or like detracted from pursuing marriage or pursuing a long-term relationship. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it, y'all. There are so many people that we know that are connected to, and they have beautiful marriages. And it don't matter if you have a career or not, but even if you do have a career for yourself or you want to pursue a career, your marriage is not going to stop that.
It's not going to get in the way of that.
It's not going to get in the way. And it should only help. Help and progress that. So it's just like, that's something that, again, we are still trying to fine tune and really make work for us, because yes, we have our own individual careers. Yes. But then we also have the union and our name that we built. Now, like you said, now people are knowing us as the Gilberts, which is we're only 3 years in. So it's just that's something that now we have to work towards and build together, that we're building together. Yeah. Even though we have our very much separate lanes. Right. And that's something that I was going to add on too, is that, and we respect each other's individual careers, which is why we can be so you know what? I'm not even going to bother him. I know he's out. He's having a great time. Whatever I got going on back home can wait. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want to distract him from what he's doing, because I know when I'm on a job, I wouldn't want that for me neither, because you have so many other things to focus on. You want to be in the moment, right? You don't want things that are happening back home to kind of stress you out. And I think having a partner who is supportive can kind of take that burden for you while you're, doing what you got to do on their end, because you got to help produce somebody else's vision and be a part of that. So, and that's already a lot of work in itself. You don't need the extra stress at that moment. If it's a super important emergency, that's one thing. But 9 times out of 10, there's a lot of things that can just wait. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's sometimes oh yeah, I wish I could talk to him. It's been a couple of days. I miss you. You know what I mean? You have that. Of course. But then again, you have to know when it's the right time, because we could get the call at any second and then we gotta go. Right. So it's just we want each other to still enjoy their moment, to have that time, because it's very short lived. Yeah. Even if you're on tour for 3 months, that's only 3 months out of a whole year. Right. So it's we want each other to have a great process, to have a great job, and be able to like look back and like, you know what, yeah, I really enjoyed that. And like, you know, having the person back home to support that and make sure that things are running smoothly at home while you out doing what you got to do. That's where, you know, we come in. And it's been so great that like, I know sometimes it could be a little bit hard when one is up, one is down, but I think that balance has helped us so much because while one is out, there's always one person taking care of home and making sure that home is good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we really haven't been on the same job long term at the same time. Like, we haven't done a tour together at all. Wow. And we kind of think about like what that would look like. And that's something that we want to do. Like, we want to be on a tour together. I think that'll just be a phenomenal thing for the two of us.
Yeah.
But then that goes into like, okay, if we're both going, like, what about home? You know what I mean? Yeah. But luckily we've, like I said, when one is out, one is always home, making sure everything is cool. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys, is it a challenge ever to prioritize dance goals when there might be marriage goals that you guys also have lined up? You know, beyond being just dancers and your job, you guys are married people, and married people have goals. Married people have things that they want to achieve and build together outside of building in your dance career. Yeah. Like, is it a challenge to ever be like, all right, well, I want to pour into this that has nothing to do with dance. This is just our marriage shit that we trying to do. Yes. But it's like, but babe, you know, we got this lined up and this lined up and this lined up. And it's like, do you ever feel like the marriage goals get further and further down the list compared to dance?
I feel like it's a perfect question for me, because that's something I kind of teeter with on a scale all the time. Like, some days, and then I think it's for us, like, I think our biggest marriage goal right now is building a family, like extending our family.
Absolutely.
And I think it's just very hard, especially on the woman's part, because it's like, you know, like you said, our career is a very physical career. Yes. It's a very image-based career. Yes. It's like, it's a lot of things, right? And that's just something that like we talk about all the time, because it's like, hey, if we want to extend our family, if we want to do that, like, I would definitely have to take a seat back. Yeah. Like, I would have to go and sit myself down for I don't know how long.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think
9 months is only the physical. You don't know what that really entails.
And then it's like, afterwards. You want to be there with your kid. You want to be able to create that imprint with them. So that's something where like some days I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I don't. The career can definitely wait. Like, I've done a lot of things that I set out to do. Yeah. And then on the other hand, I'm like, but I have so much more that I know I can do. I want to check off. Yeah. But it's just like, but it's like, you know, as a woman too, it's just like, there's so many things that I know I can do and I want to do. Yeah. But then there's just so many things that I want to do for my husband and my relationship and my marriage that it's like pulling on my heartstrings, you know, because they're both so deeply connected to me and what I believe my purpose is as a person and as a woman. It's just like, sometimes it's like I'm leaning, well, yeah. And then it's like the next week could be a completely different side of the scale. So I'm constantly at a tug of war. Yeah. Like, constantly, I don't have an answer because I'm constantly going back and forth. Like, there's some times where I'm like, you know what? Whatever happens will happen. Yeah. And like, that's just gonna be the way it is. And then I'll talk to my mom and my family, and I'm like, you know, in God's time, when it's time, it'll happen. It's gonna happen at the right time. Yeah. And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, but sometimes I feel like people will tell you got all this time, but it doesn't feel like it when you're living the day to day. So it's kind of like, I don't even know. And I talk, you know, with Kendall about it, and we have like super honest conversation. And even still, after having those conversations, I'm still like, I don't know.
And then Kendall, like, on the male side of it, like, you know, y'all don't gotta really carry no baby for no 9 months. Like, you feel me? You just gotta do what you gotta do. You feel me? Make sure that the club is getting, you know what I mean? But like, but how does that, you're still involved in it. It takes two to tango. So it's like, do you have any aspirations that you're like, well, I mean, I would play the back burner for dance a little bit and lock that in, and like, how was your perspective?
There's a reason I stayed quiet for this question.
I gotta get to you.
My initial answer would be like, there's nothing in dance that will stop me from achieving like my familial goals, right?
Yes.
Because I put that over everything.
Absolutely.
I got opportunities to do. I remember I was on my way to my bachelor trip.
Okay.
Right? Not knowing where I'm going. I'm just getting on the plane, right? And I got called. I got booked for a music video with Coi Leray. And I had to tell them, I say, they need you in Virginia Sunday. And I looked into like leaving my
Your bachelor trip.
And I was like, no, it's not worth it. I can't, because I will only.
You're never going to get this bachelor trip back. And I'm actually never going to get it back.
And I'm like, I'm having one.
Yeah.
One only. I'm sorry.
That's it. Period.
Till death do us part. You feel me? So I was like, no, but like with this question, it's not necessarily hard for me.
Yeah.
But it's on, especially when it comes to building a bigger family than us two. Yeah. I just put that's on her timing.
Got
right?
you.
No matter how much I want something right now, I know, especially with our career, that's not a easy decision for her. It may be an easy decision for me because it's not going to stop nothing.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop nothing in the immediate future.
Right.
It will change a lot of things about me because obviously I'm going to be active.
Gonna be involved. I was just about to say you're going to be involved. You're going to be active.
I'm going to be active. Okay? I will stop anything. If my baby can't come with me, I'm sorry, we're not going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they can't be on my back while I'm on stage, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I don't know. Yeah.
But on the back on stage is great.
But in that aspect, I really just lean on her.
Yeah.
When we have these conversations, it's really if she told me she's ready tomorrow, I'm ready too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if she's like, I'm not gonna be ready for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously, we have baby fever. We want to have kids, but it's like, I can't rush a timeline, especially because she has her own goals that she wants to do.
Right.
And a baby is a huge sacrifice.
I love that.
And it's not a bad sacrifice. Sacrifice to me, sacrifice is not a bad word. Sacrifice is a great word. Our Lord and Savior sacrificed his life for us.
Hello.
So that's the ultimate form of love.
Yes.
So she would have to sacrifice her own personal goals.
Yeah.
Right? She already sacrificed her own self to be in a marriage.
Yeah.
To make it we. And her to sacrifice again to be a mother is a deeper sacrifice than it is to be a father. Because the physical and mental toll it takes on a woman to create life.
Yes.
To carry life is a lot. So I hold that to a high standard that it's not going to derail me anyway. If she says today, if she was pregnant today and she needed me to stop dancing, I got to do it.
Yeah.
Most likely she'd be like, I need you to keep dancing.
I need you to keep
dancing. But say if I had to, God forbid something happened, I would stop in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Y'all,
listen. I don't know about y'all, but I have all the feels. Okay. I have all the feels. Okay. But we gonna shift gears a little bit. You feel me? I've been all up in y'all business.
Okay. Ask and you shall receive. Okay?
Yes, I
know. I know nothing.
Chatty.
Okay.
I'm such a chatty patty. What is it that you want to know down here?
I love it. This is what the dance community needs. Exactly. Now I want to tap in for our viewers that are watching that are really like, if they're not already submerged into this industry, into this field, I want them to kind of get some gems too.
Sure.
You guys are signed dancers, okay? This is not like, it's not recreational. Yeah. Is there anything that you can provide like about that process? Or is it a scouting? Is it a referral? Is it an audition? Like, how does one become a signed agency dancer? To put it plain.
There are so many different ways.
Yeah.
And every way is not created equal.
Okay.
I went at first a traditional route of, agency call, huge agency call in New York, go to the call, audition. You either get the agency or you don't. So I've done it that way, and I actually was signed. Before I was signed to Clear, I was signed to Block. And that's how I got signed to Block, because I went to the open call where it's mad people in there, what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's a long day. It's a whole day. You go, you audition, and if you make it to callbacks, you make it all the way to the end, you may get a call, and I ended up getting the call, and I got signed.
Okay.
And then, COVID happened, and then I got released from Block.
Okay.
So then I was, free. I didn't have no agency. I didn't have any representation. So I'm back at the drawing board. And fortunately, Kendall and I, we went to an intensive. It was actually Tia's BTV camp. It was like a weekend intensive. It was like two or 3 days, I believe, that she did. And I believe on the last day, she had bought agents. And Claire was there. Claire was one of the agents that were there, and we had to learn the routine. It was like a normal like an audition, but it was smaller because it was for an intensive. So it only was about maybe 30 to 35 people there. So that was a better shot to right. So there's a way that you can go to intensives, and when you see that they're having, agencies there, definitely go, because I don't know if like people are having the big agency calls anymore. That's not happening. Yeah. Like since COVID, I haven't seen an open call agency in person audition. Yeah. So like that was the way that we got signed. We both got signed that time together. They knew that we were husband and wife, and we had explained. They were like super excited. They were like, "This is so cool." And like we ended up walking on together underneath Claire, and we've been with Claire ever since, and they're super great. And we have a great relationship with them. Yeah, shout out Claire. They've been getting us together. We've created like a really great family relationship with them. Yes. So that's the second way that you can get signed. If you go to like any intensives or any classes where like you see agencies are gonna be there, definitely go, especially if you don't have an agent. Yeah. A referral is another great way. Okay. Especially if you have someone who's been with the agency for a while. Okay. And they have a great relationship with the agents. And they trust you, because that's also built on trust. Right. That they're trusting the person that you're referring. Yes. Right. So like that's another way. I know like a couple of people that have gotten signed through a referral. Okay. Now, just like I said, depends on the person who is referring you. You want to make sure that they have good rapport too. You know what I mean? Like everything is in dance, and this dance is all relationship. Yes. Who knows who is very key. Like your reputation definitely precedes you in the room that you walk into. Got you. That's another way. Or I've seen it to where people, let's say, who don't have agent, and maybe they book a job on their own. Okay. And then they can, contact agency and say, "Hey, I booked this tour. I really like representation, or like I would could you represent me on this tour, on this gig? I don't have an agency. I would like the agency on this so I can feel protected." That's a way that possibly it can work. Now, it cannot work out too. I brought the job to y'all. It can, in a sense, like, hey, I'm bringing the job to you, and I would, like representation, because, things with contracts, especially with touring or big jobs, can get very confusing. And if you don't understand those things, you could, things can happen financially, or you could not be protected. So if things do go wrong, or if they go right, and you maybe could potentially get more money for doing certain things, or working under certain conditions. Guidance. If you don't know those things, then, you won't get that type of, compensation or something like that. Yeah. Or you won't get that type of protection. So, in ways that can help you, especially if you're coming to them with a job, and, hopefully like, you sending your materials and things like that, let them know what you're working on. It could work out for you. Exactly. You could definitely get assigned through that way. I've seen people also get signed from, Instagram, or like whatever their Instagram profile looks like. Yeah. And they go and, search, because agencies do look. They definitely do. That's like your digital resume. Come on. Your dance reels, your headshots. If you have all those things on your profile and you're like consistent, you look great, and it's something that they feel that they need on their roster, you may get contacted by an agency or anything like that. So it just really depends. Check your DMs, y'all. Right. There's a lot of ways that can happen. I mean, I think for me, the best way to do it are definitely these like mentorship programs. Okay. Where, this way you have time. Like we were just assisting Jeremy Green on his BTM, Behind the Movement intensive, and he had a whole agency panel there. And I believe, I think maybe at least one or two of the dancers were able to get some agency recognition, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's the best way, because the environment is smaller. It's a smaller setting, rather than going to, New York or LA, and it's 700 people that they have to audition all day. You know what I mean? So I think that's the best way to do it. If you're unsigned and you see these classes and you see these teachers, and they're like, "Hey, I'm bringing agents," or like, "Sign up for this program." Yeah, it may cost you $600 or $1,000, depending on what type of program you're doing. But the benefit that you get in return, the vision, the visibility that you get, you can't put a price on that, depending on who's in that room. So that's investment, and that's with life. That's not just with dance too. There are things that are outside of dance that you got to drop an investment. If you want a car to get from A to B, you got to put that down payment for a better car note. If you don't have a big down payment, the car note might be an arm and a leg. So the way that people sometimes put down investing in yourself in dance, it's not. I hate when people do that, only because
that same investment shows up in other areas of life. So
Absolutely.
don't ever, downplay if you really want to get it to the nitty gritty, to the nutta butter.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta cough up that change.
Yeah. I also didn't mention this one, but it's networking. Networking is another part, but again, that goes to your investment, right?
Yes.
Like sometimes you might have to go show up to the class over and over again. You might, because people see that, like when you're constantly like, oh, I've been seeing you, like you've been training, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not the type of networking where it's like I'm just trying to get in here so I can get something from you, because people can see through that. People can see when when it's not genuine, but when you're genuinely like, you know what, like I really enjoy this class, or I really enjoy the way this person teaches, or I really want to, you know what I mean? They understand it. Like that's another way, because you don't know who that person knows.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So who you're connected to can definitely help kind of shape, the environment that you end up becoming or growing in or going, you know what I mean? So it's just
absolutely.
Like networking can definitely help. Yeah. For sure.
Do you ever feel like there are jobs that you want to turn down? Like, I'm gonna pass this to Kendall. Is there any job, especially because you are married and you are a husband, are there any jobs that don't align with you, or even on the other scope, are there any jobs that you're like, y'all, I'm not about to be the milkman dancing around in that commercial, or, just anything that you're like, no, I don't want to do it, or you're like, nah, I need the check, I'll do it.
I'm luckily, I haven't had an opportunity where I had to deny something because it went against like whether my values or how I want to portray myself. There are jobs that I'm like, I probably would never do that, and people actually would also not book me for that because they're like, that's not your look, that's not what you give.
I like that there's awareness.
Yeah,
I like that.
But I haven't had the opportunity, but there are jobs where I'm like, okay, that's not for me.
Okay,
like I know. Lil Nas, when he did that jail set.
Yes.
I'm like, I wouldn't be doing that. I don't want my cheeks out. I'm okay.
Right. I'm okay. I'm good.
I'm okay. Yeah. But like, shout out to the dancers that did do it. Like, they're amazing, obviously.
Exactly.
But that's not something for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about you? Is there anything that you would like turn down that if it doesn't align, or are you more like, I'm open to it. Just I'll do anything once, or like, what's your mindset?
Same with him. Like, I haven't really had the opportunity where I'm like, okay, that just doesn't align with me.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know I have some things I'm like, I don't really want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've had that, like, and sometimes some auditions I'll get sent. I'm like, I'm cool. I don't want to do that or something like that.
Nice.
Like, I remember
love that power, though.
There were some times where like for example, like doing like cruise ships and stuff like that. Nothing against, cruise ships or anything. Nothing against cruise ships, y'all.
Yeah.
But like, I know at some point I was like, I don't really want to do that. Yeah. So like, if I get an audition for it, I'm like, I'll pass. Yeah. So it's kind of again, like a twofold situation. Like, I know if there's something that I'm completely uncomfortable with, I'm not gonna do it, because it's just like, there's no point, and then there's no check. I'm just not gonna do it. And there's certain things that I wouldn't sacrifice for my image and our image, because again, we're connected. So if I'm outside looking crazy, then we both about to look crazy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, there's some opportunities that may be like, I didn't see myself doing that, but it may also shaped me to be a better dancer. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I didn't see myself like dancing with the city girls.
Exactly.
That wasn't something that was on my list of like artists I want to dance for.
Especially as a contempt girly. Like, you are a contempt ballet trained dancer. Right.
So that was when it came, I'm like, okay, like, we gonna see. And I struggled. You know what I mean? I struggled in those rooms. But like, when I look back, it was such a great experience for me, and I needed to go to that to get to where I'm at now. You know what I mean? Like, just the level of expectation, the types of dance, like this, like, their lyrics are a little like provocative, whatnot. I listen to a little every now and then, but just more as like that room and the rehearsal room and how it was ran. Like, I needed to be there to become a better dancer. So I'm so grateful for that. Like I said, did I see that on my list when I'm writing down at home, like, who I want to dance for, where I can see my career going? They were not on that list. But I'm so grateful for that experience because it's made me better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I don't also want to misspeak and deny just because I don't see it, because there might God might have other plans for me. Yeah. And it's like, okay, I need you to go through this to get to this point I'm trying to get you to. Yeah. So but if I'm super uncomfortable, I'm definitely not doing it. Yeah, like, and if it just really don't align, like I love that. What Kendall said with the Lord, like that doesn't make sense for him.
Exactly. Yeah,
if it's something that don't make sense, like
And I like that you guys have that power. I feel like sometimes that's a misconception that
hard.
the dance community doesn't know. Like, you guys don't have to say yes. People aren't like, yes, dancers want the check. They do want to be able to be paid from their passions, but there's a power in their own respect. They're not out here just having to say yes to everything to keep the lights on, y'all.
Absolutely.
Like, you can say no.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can say no.
Right. Like, and if I feel like it's going to disrespect our marriage, then no.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not willing to, I'm not willing to do that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, certain things like that, I'm like, nah, I'm
cool. Now, I want to get a little fun. What's the craziest thing that has happened right before a performance? Like, what, on a scale of everything you've experienced, what's one crazy story or thing that has happened right before a performance that you're like, yo, I can't believe that just happened? Like, you come back after the performance is done and you're like, yo, I can't believe that just that just happened before we went on there. Like,
I gotta think of it.
Yeah. Performance. Yeah.
Like, well, I'm talking malfunctions. I'm talking about crazy, I don't know, crazy behind the scenes dancer, something, injuries, I don't know, anything that happened. Bubble guts. Like, somebody ate the wrong thing. Like,
I have one experience that I remember and I will never forget it. Cause again, it was like my first tour. Okay. So it was like really my first rodeo of like, oh my gosh. I remember, and I was home. That's why I will never forget it. Cause I was here. I was performing in Philly. I was with the City Girls. And they had came out so late. Like, so late. Like, I remember me and one of my my friend Winter, like, we was looking at the clock because like every performance has like a time limit and like when it's supposed to start. I think we had like a 30-35 minute set, but we had to start at a certain time because if they don't, then like
something gets cut.
You know. So I remember this verbatim because like our set dead got cut. Like they had to walk off stage because they started at least like 13 to 15 minutes late. Like, bro, it was just we were just back there like, oh my God, like when they come in, and I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know if it was like a wardrobe malfunction because we had to like preset before them. Like, we don't walk out with them. Like, we kind of go. Yeah. And then they'll come after. So I just remember it's like, oh my gosh. And you could feel the crowd get antsy. We just in there like, girl, what we gonna do? We only gonna perform for like 10 minutes. Cause like they just so late. They late. And I remember that like our set got cut really short. Like they barely could say bye. Oh, and I remember it ended up on the shave room. Like, oh, they walked off stage. I'm like, but people don't understand. Like, people don't understand. From the outside looking in, they don't get it. Like, like the time limits and things like that. And then we were opening for Jack Harlow, so we couldn't go over into his time. Yeah. So it's just like, I remember, I'm like, dang. And I remember having like, what happened? I'm like, oh, y'all didn't even get to see the whole show. Right. Like, we had to stop. I just remember looking at that clock and it was just going down. And I said, oh my gosh. Like, we about to be here for like, it's an easy check day for us. Right. But it's just like,
the vision is only going to get halfway
I remember that. That was really crazy.
Yikes. Kendall, what about you?
I mean, on tour, a lot of stuff happens. Specifically like bubble guts. I'm not going to say no names, but there's a moment in the show that we was with Omarion where he does, and for the first like minute and 30 seconds, he's by himself. So we have like that. The guys, we have like a minute and 30 to get ready. Okay. So we get off stage because we just finished Icebox.
Come on.
And I remember my guy runs by me. And I'm like, okay. Because normally we're on the side, like catching our breath, getting a little water, relaxing. We're getting close to like, he's singing and I'm looking and I'm like, I don't see bro on spot. Like so me and my other bro, we like, all right, if he don't come back, we don't know where he went. We're just gonna switch spots. Yes. Like we'll just figure it out. We're like
thinking quick on your feet.
And he's literally like our cue is coming up in like an 8 count. All I see is We was like, oh man,
where he come from?
I don't know where he come. After the show, he's like, bro, I ran straight to the bathroom. He said, I had to go. I said, how did you make it back? He said, bro, I was running. He said, because we were all like, where is he at?
Where did you go?
Where did he go? He made it back in.
Yo, that was the fastest bathroom.
Professional, because you would never know.
Yeah. You would never know.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
And washed his hands too.
Okay, thank you. Because I was just about to ask now, did he get a chance to sanitize?
Right. And wash his hands too.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Now, this was a great conversation, y'all. Yeah. I always like to end the show by just, plugging in my guests. Like, what y'all got going on? Is there anything new we can look forward to seeing y'all in or being around? Like, what y'all got going on for us, man?
I actually do want to start teaching more classes in Philly.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And really just giving back to the community again.
Yeah.
So important.
That's for me, that's really it. I really want to give back to the community the best way I have. I don't know if it will be classes or just sessions. It might just be free just so people can come out. I don't want to detract people based on money.
Yeah.
I want to be able to help people invest and them not have to worry about the financial stress of it.
Love that.
So, because a lot of people use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
And granted, this economy is bad, but sometimes you gotta.
It's shitty.
Yeah. This economy is really bad. So I want to be able to help out in that way, especially with my peers.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, especially in Philadelphia, it's a lot of talent that doesn't meet the opportunity. You ask about like getting signed, and that's a lot of times that's the opportunity.
Yeah.
She brought up BTB. What also helped with BTB for me is there was only 2 boys. So when we had to audition, it was essentially us battling for a spot.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And they told us we're only going to pick one of you guys. So it's
anxiety.
So I had an opportunity to literally battle for a spot in front of agents where they're like, "Wow, he's
going for it." Yeah. Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was an opportunity.
Yeah, and you can definitely pour that into.
So I want to be able to give other people opportunity.
Sure. Yeah.
Just be ready for opportunity, because I'm not guaranteeing anybody anything. I'm not guaranteeing. I can guarantee you a good time and training, but I can't guarantee you jobs or not at that moment. I'm not at that moment yet.
I love the realness of it though.
Yeah.
But that's the goal. The goal is to be at a point where I could put all my friends on.
Yes.
I put a couple people on, but I could put all my friends on, and it doesn't have to be, because what also goes with it too is like when you refer somebody, the people that they're looking at you like, would you bet your job on this person?
Hello?
Right?
Yeah.
And it could be anything. If anything mess you up on the job, it could be something outside. It don't even be your talent. It could be your professionalism. That's a stain on whoever referred you.
Yeah.
That's why referrals are such a big thing, especially when you're in good standing with people. And I want it to be where all my peers in Philadelphia or in this area, South Jersey area, Delaware area, that I could refer them, and it's no like, are they going to be
quality,
here?
Just quality.
Are they going to be there? Or are they really going to hold the weight? Because I know they can, but are they going to hold it like they know they can?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I love that.
So that's me plugging. I want to help.
All right, and Mrs. Gilbert.
So I am doing a collab class with Brittney.
Yes.
This week coming on Thursday. So, y'all pull up. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend.
Hello, pull up on me.
Pull up on us. It's going to be a good time. And I just feel like it's going to be like an upbeat, because I feel like all the Hills class has been kind of slow, like slow vibe.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to shake stuff up a little bit. You know what I mean? Have a little bit more fun. So we're gonna do that. I'm excited because it's been a while since the two of us have collaborated in a class setting. I think it's been years.
Big shout out Vanity,
right?
That's my girl.
That's the OG right there.
Yes.
So I'm really looking forward to it because I've been home for a little bit, so it's like again, like you said, like pouring back into the community. I'm doing a show with this artist named Lim Turner on next Friday, at the Hard Rock Cafe in Atlantic City.
AC.
So,
come on now.
So, if y'all not busy, tune in to that as well. Yes. The Hard Rock Cafe. Get your tickets. It's gonna be a really good show. And then I also am working on doing another heels program. The last one that we did last year went really, really well. So, and I've been getting like a lot of like response and feedback for it. So I think I want to, you know, work on doing another one. Like I know for sure, I know Kia and I have also talked about doing like another collab one for the month time that we did prior to in November. But I also want to do like a small, like a shorter one, maybe like a weekender or maybe like a couple days, you know, just kind of, again, to pour back into the community. Yeah. I make it a point of mine that like any gems that I'm getting when I'm doing these jobs or when I'm around some of the people that we're connected to is to bring them back home, because I know, you know, Philly doesn't really get the visibility that a lot of the bigger cities do get. Yeah. So it's just like been a thing for me. Like if I can not gatekeep and like help the next upcoming dancer, and that's just what I want to be. Like if I can, anything that I can give, I'm willing to give. And I tend to do that a lot within my heels programs. Like I pour so much information into the young ladies that take my program or even take my classes and things like that. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I also like had mentioned like a couple days ago or last week that I wanted to try to do privates. I know I'm not really like the big fan of privates just because I feel like dance is such a community like art form where you need a community, and that's what's really going to help you get to where you need to go. Yeah. It's very rare that we do that individually, but I know some people feel like they need the individual crowds, like pinpoint, slower pace to really like kind of help them figure out what it is exactly that they need to work on to be better. So I'm listening to that feedback as well, because a lot of people have been like, hey, like whenever you're doing privates, I'm like, no, just come to class because you need other people will help you so that you can see. Intimidating. But I get it. So like I'm also listening to that too, and I think I want to also provide some level of extra support for private. So like I'm open to that. I'm trying to like work on my schedule to figure out, you know, when and what makes sense for me, but then also where some people can also sign up too. So that's just like what's in a nutshell for me right now. Yeah.
And I love that. Yeah. So Philly, thank you for being even though if you don't think you're a hub, you are a hub for the South Jersey girls, for the Delaware girls, for the South Jersey men, for the Delaware men that are looking for outlets in dance. Philly definitely plays a big role for us. So I never downplay Philly. Yeah. So yes, absolutely.
Can I say one more thing? Can I do one more call to action?
Yes.
My people in Philly, especially the ones who want to make this a career, please come out to classes. Come out, like, training together is so much more beneficial than training by yourself. You can learn from everybody that's in a class, but we also have to come out to classes because we have to make our spot a hub, a bigger hub. Yeah. With the reason we don't get the opportunity in the choreographers and the artists to really focus on Philly, and they always going to New York and they're always going to DC or somewhere else, it's because it doesn't make sense for them if they coming out here to get 15 people, but they could get 200 in New York. They're always financially, it's going to make sense. If I'm flying from LA, I want to be able to make my money back. I'm not speaking for me, but I'm from talking to choreographers, talking to dancers who are doing the things that we want to do and can give you that opportunity or could show other people that opportunity that help book. This is what they have to think about, the financial investment of going out. If I'm paying $1,000 for a plane ticket to fly and teach, and I'm only getting $500 back, that is a lose situation when they could go 2 hours up and make double what they paid. That's why we don't get all the opportunities. We need to be packing out these classes, especially when it's people coming here for the first time and they're doing what you want to do, and they've done what you want to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason that they shouldn't be. And I know a lot of it is expensive. We're in a horrible economy, but you have to invest in yourself, right? Opportunity and skill. You have to build that. You have to build both. And that's the only way we could build the opportunity. The reason what helped us get to where we at is we all trained together. Y'all know how Philly was before COVID. It was classes Monday through Friday, and they were packed like 30 plus each class, right? some of us I was getting 30 people, and I don't even think I should have been teaching at that time. Looking in hindsight, and I was getting 30 people in class, and I'm like, if I knew what I knew now back then, oh man, we all would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? We would have crazy. That's how you build. That's how you build connections. That's how you build community, is by being together.
Absolutely.
Because it's your peers that are going to put you on before people that don't know.
That's the biggest plug in the. That's the biggest one.
I'm saying, and y'all heard it here.
We gotta support each other more than anybody else. Like, it should translate so hard here, and that's where like where the age group that we grew up in, like me, Kendall, Van, Just, like all of us, that was us. Like we all was going to each other classes. It would be like, oh cool, we're gonna do a class for class. I come to you, you come to mine, this, that, and the third. And I feel like, especially in Philly, it's been lost. And I feel like, and I think that's also within the generation.
It's the generation too.
Everything is hype. Well, what's going to get me to
everything is
next?
content.
And it's like
I just want views.
Right. And I think before we even get to that point, as a community, we just need to support each other. Because once, like you said, your peers will put you on before somebody else who doesn't know you is going to put you on. Right. So, and that's just how how we move, and we've been able to climb the ladder because we all been doing the work together, and we all seen the work, and we all been a part of that work. So it's easy to be like, oh yeah, so-and-so and so-and-so. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. It's easy to do that. But then when we don't know what you're doing, and we only see you in like that one class, like every now and again, and it's you know what I mean? It's hard to vouch for you, and nobody's going to put their neck on the line for you.
Exactly.
And and then it's gonna reflect bad on that. It's just like, if we support home first, home base, and we show up for these classes, and we support our people, and we promote, and we go there, not just to be like, I'm gonna just go, but we go there and kill, and we go there and eat all these classes, like, it's only gonna be a trickle effect. Like, y'all gonna get better faster. People are gonna be like, oh wait, Philly really popping. Like, oh my God, they got a whole situation down here. So it's just like, if we do that more and more for each other, like, it will change so much faster for the community. Because I feel like people know Philly because of us, and like Just, and like the people who, in Nakia, and like things like that, because we're like prominent, and we make it a point to be to come out to class, to support and do those things. And not only to support, but just to go and kill it and be undeniable. And then take it elsewhere and do the same thing. So I feel like if everybody has that same mindset, Philly could be like a little small growing hub. So many people who want it in Philly. And they feel lost. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? They're stuck on the hype. But it's like, y'all, I gotta, again, invest, right? It costs money. What you put in is what you get out, right? If you don't put the good stuff in, you're not gonna get the good stuff out. You're gonna get the temporary. Right. And I feel like a lot of people are struggling with the fact of like, it's not happening, or this. So it's like, I just feel like, all right, I've done everything I can do here. It's not much here. So it seems very depressing, and it just seems like nothing is going to work. But like, we are the proof that it can happen. It can happen. You just have to be very smart about what you're taking. Be supportive, be a sponge. Like, you can learn in every room, but you just have to be willing to walk in those rooms and not feel like, oh, because, I've done XYZ jobs, I don't need to take nobody class. Like, when I'm not on a job, I still be in class. I'm still training. I'm still learning, because I'm still a student, and I'm not above anybody else because I did a job or two. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we can't operate from there. We have to operate from a supportive standpoint, and just be there to be your best self, and no matter what room. I said a lot, y'all, but y'all get the point of what I'm saying. We just show up for each other.
No, but I can't thank y'all enough for dropping the gems and sitting down to chop it up with me. This was a blessing. And I don't take it for granted when guests come and rock out with me. So thank you guys for being here. Okay. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, I hope you enjoyed our episode. Please subscribe to my channel. That is Now She's Nadia on YouTube, and check me out on Instagram as well. That is the Account PD. And I hope to see you on the next episode.
Yes, subscribe to my girl channel. Sign up on whatever. Go on the Instagram, follow all of that. We gotta support. We talking about class, but we talking about podcasts too.
Come on, y'all.
Right?
This is very great.
Yo.
Are you listening?
ASMR.
And that's a wrap, y'all.
Bye.
Messing with these two. We'll see y'all later.